Wholly on location. How are you, Mr. Rosenberg?
I'm good. You're on location. I'm in my normal location, but different computer, no lights, no camera.
It's just
no
crazy.
action.
It's awesome. That's all right. That's all right. Because all that
Barky
matters
dog.
is that we all gather together. Oh, the dog is there. How fascinating.
Yeah.
But this is great. This is the EriDan Film Festival. Of course, no matter what happens, no matter whether we have green screens or whether we're on location, we are here for you. We're like the Rembrandts. Show 111 of the EriDan Film Festival as we gather together to talk about our 138th movie.
Wow.
Yeah, the number keeps growing.
It does. It has to. Yeah, that's how it works.
It's wacky, right? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, Eric is frozen.
I was to say, is that my internet or your internet? I have no idea.
I don't think you can freeze on my internet.
Well, I didn't see anything freeze on mine, but that's okay because I've got 400 people on my Wi-Fi here in Myrtle Beach. So
on your what?
On my what? Exactly. So we are here tonight to talk about Don't Look Up. Let's go over the specs before we start bringing people in, since this is your mother's movie, and she'll be in the comments. And so let's go over the specs, and then we'll tell people how to join, all right? Because we're going to talk about Don't Look Up from 2021, a Netflix movie based on truly possible events. Starring everybody, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, and, take a look. Everybody. Written and directed by Adam McKay. David Sirota happened, with the writing there. Not a lot of financial information on there because, of course, this is Netflix. The critics not loving this movie at a 55%. The audience a little better, 78%. The number 2 most successful Netflix movie.
Yes. In the private chat, Dave said something very funny. So, Dave, make sure you say that once we're on.
All right. Well, let's bring some people in. How do people join, Dan? If they're like watching us and they're like, well, I've seen that movie. I could talk about Don't Look Up. How do I join in?
You have to go to EriDanLive.com. That's EriDanLive.com.
It's so easy.
So easy.
It's so easy.
Although GoDaddy wasn't working earlier today, but I got it to work. So here we are.
Well, I'm so glad. It's so easy. Let's bring in some people and show them how easy it is.
All right.
Madam Librarian.
Not really a librarian.
Oh, man, he joined at just the last second. I gotta play.
Wow. Let's do that again.
All right, Stacy and Wade.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good donkey joke?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. All right. No, that's not even gonna say. I don't even know who to bring in at the.
Hee-haw.
Yeah. It just gets better and better. All right.
Dave, of course, is a Bronterock.
We were gonna be and couldn't remember the word, and so just for us.
One ring to the moon. One ring.
It's Brittany.
Oh my goodness, Brittany's here. Brittany brought the neon lights. I feel I should have brought some neon lights.
I know.
Yeah.
I could have stepped up my game. There are neon lights in this house. It's a total rental property that was done out from Amazon with the most amazing amounts of neon lights and light strips everywhere, but not in the bedroom. So,
Cool.
All right. So let's get into this. Don't Look Up. Dan's mom brings us a movie. And also remember, you can be in the chat. You can also, we don't have anybody in the chat at the moment. Not even Adam is out there commenting yet.
Jeez, Adam.
Huh? I know what's going on. But yeah, lots of people. Dan's dog is even in this movie.
Hi, Pepper.
Yes, there is a star-studded cast.
Yes,
of
absolutely.
holy molies. Like, why are they in this movie? Why are they in this movie? And of course, this is one of those movies where Netflix, they had an unlimited budget and they went over it.
I mean, I can find no budget information on this.
No, because you won't see that for Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix doesn't do that.
Yeah, they don't want to share.
Adam says he's working. He wants to know if we're all on location this ween.
Oh, well.
Oh, week. Okay, I know what he means.
Week. There you go. Thank you for
Eric is on location. I'm actually at home. I moved all my stuff to my new little office, and I didn't have all the stuff I needed there, so I still had to be at home.
Yeah, Dan somehow claims he's broadcasting without a camera, which I find interesting.
Well, no, not my normal camera. I have a camera. I have a microphone. But the camera that I normally use, it's up there.
Your DSLR is not connected.
Right.
To give you that beautiful high definition look.
That beautiful beam footage.
I'm going to start the conversation off. I'll get everybody talking by the fact that I really like this movie. I love this movie. I thought it was hilarious. This is right in my sense of humor. I enjoyed this movie a lot. Go.
I second that motion.
Wow.
I was bored to tears by this movie.
Wow.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It's just like it was a better movie than Sergeant Pepper, but Sergeant Pepper's didn't bore me. This bored me.
I don't know how it could bore you.
I never got bored.
Because within the half hour, you knew the entire joke for the entire rest of the movie, which is
but that's
nobody
the
will
joke.
take this seriously. And that was
the joke.
Movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah,
and
clearly.
the joke, there are a lot of parallels. I mean, I don't like to get political on this show, at least. But there are a lot of parallels with this and wearing masks and getting vaccines.
It was an obvious allegory for COVID and climate change and the government's reaction to it. I mean, that was not
also people with social media and how they deal with social media and how they might react in the event of some, Now,
my mom says something that's exactly what I was going to say. I watched it. I wasn't going to watch it again. I'm like, I saw this a few months ago when it came up. I'm like, I'm going to watch it again. And I liked it better the second watch. And I do hope everybody did watch all the way to the very end of the credits, not the mid-credit scene, all the way at the very end.
Yeah, but it's again one of those things that if the movie didn't resonate you, one last final joke, no matter how great it isn't going to save whether you like this movie or not.
Yeah. But I mean, the big point is politicians basically do whatever they think might work.
Yeah. Or whatever they want.
Yeah.
Whether it works or not.
Well, it works for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Or what their poll numbers are.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Right.
all of them too.
Yeah.
I felt like a waste of Meryl Streep, to be honest.
Yes, I agree. I didn't feel it was her best role by any means.
Being eaten by the Bronner to rock was pretty
Yeah,
good.
but that was one joke that I knew was coming. I mean, as soon as they land, it's like, oh, good. This is where you find out what a Bronterock is. Yeah.
But I enjoyed the character. I enjoyed a lot of the characters. But I enjoyed the character of the guy who ran the phone conglomerate, right?
Yeah. Steve Jobs guy?
Yeah,
it was Steve Jobs mixed with
Tim
Elon Musk.
Cook, and a little Elon Musk. I enjoyed him. I just thought that performance was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Now he did get it wrong how the Dr. Quinn, how he died, because didn't he say he just died?
He just said he'd die alone.
Quietly and alone, right?
Oh, that's true. He didn't die alone.
Yeah, he died with his family.
It's not perfect.
Well, and just so everybody knows, that was not Meryl Streep's tuchus. That was a body double.
I'm so relieved.
You've seen her tattoo before?
She doesn't have a tattoo. But did you notice Chris Rock's the fake Chris Rock standing beside her?
Nope. I was like this.
There was a guy that was like when he starts eating, when she gets grabbed, he's like, holy crap. And it's basically a guy with a goatee, long hair, and a tattoo that says Paul on his shoulder, which Chris Rock has.
Interesting.
But it wasn't actually Chris Rock.
Okay.
That's interesting. Chris Rock's double, maybe. Stand-in. Maybe they couldn't afford. That was where the budget fell off. Where we can only afford Chris Rock stand-in.
Yeah.
If it had been filmed a little later, they could have had Will Smith stand in, come in and slap him.
That's a good point.
Adam says he agrees with Dave, but he said it's a waste of a good cast.
I agree.
They shot this during COVID.
Yeah.
It was kind of like there's certain shortcuts you had to take. And if you just look at the overall message, it just tells you how stupid we are as Americans. That we can be. I mean, you can say you don't believe in climate change, but it's happening whether you believe in it or not. And that's kind of what they were talking about. And then the capitalism of hey, well, there's all these metals on this thing. Let's just make money off the metal and bring it to Earth. Have it land safely in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a formula. And,
Yeah,
and
absolutely, and it's absurd. You know?
when we talk about formulas, I watched the movie on the
like that
plane,
about
and when we do what else were you watching, I'll talk about a movie I watched. One of
And
the
the
two
fact
movies I
that
watched.
the U.S. apparently had 2 chances to stop it, and the entire rest of the world combined couldn't put together one halfway effort was a little.
I think they were stopped.
Yeah, I think that was sabotage.
It was
Yeah.
sabotage.
Sabotage.
Exactly.
That's
But
true.
Dave, you had the best comment in the private chat. Do you want to say what you said?
Well, I just said how could Nick Cage not be in this movie?
Really?
Both because he's in every movie, and because if there was ever a movie for Nick Cage to be screaming at the top of his lungs,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
why won't they do something?
That would have saved it for you if there had been. I thought Leo was good. I'm not a big Leo
Right.
fan. I thought he was good in this movie.
I didn't like Jennifer Lawrence. I didn't like her bangs.
Yeah, her bangs were bad.
It
Yeah.
annoyed me.
The bangs performance. The performance of the hair was not great, but I thought she did a good job.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
so adorable. I like her.
I thought Tyler Perry was funny.
Adorable.
Tyler Perry was funny, and what's her name? I'm forgetting her name. The female
Kate
anchor.
Blanchett.
Who?
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Yep.
I thought that was. When was the last time she did comedy?
But she,
I kept thinking it was
documentary
Lisa
now.
Gibbons
She's
the
an
whole time.
incredible turn in documentary now.
Oh, okay.
I liked when the FBI arrested Jennifer's character. I don't know.
Put the bag on her head.
You were pretending to be a blind guy.
I thought that was fantastic with Jonah Hill. It's like, yeah, they don't normally do that. That was all me.
Yeah.
And how about the general charging them for snacks?
Yeah, that's what I was going to. That's everything I was going to talk
That
about.
was hysterical.
And I love was she kept going over it and over it. Why does he do that? And I said, she is me. This is me. I
I
hate
love that.
stuff like that.
I love that kind of humor. I just enjoyed
Yeah,
That
that.
was funny.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
There were some great funny things to it, and I love the cast. I did. I thought they did great that they had so many famous people in it. It was just I was ready to throttle Meryl Streep and Jonah Hill. Was that his name? And I'm like, this isn't real. Calm down.
Yeah, that was pretty close to some reality, though.
Some
But
of it is.
Michael Chiklis. I saw Michael Chiklis in the credits. What part did he play?
Oh, I don't know.
He was the right wing, the Fox News guy.
Oh,
Appeared
yeah.
a few times.
Oh, he was like the Alex Jones guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
You mean the
No,
commish?
Commish,
Yeah.
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 He must have had hair.
You gotta
He
watch.
must
Yeah, he
have.
did. He did.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why we didn't
Yeah.
recognize him.
He's unrecognizable with hair.
Yes.
But
Jeez.
yeah, I
He was the guy talking about utterly unimportant things while the world was ending. Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah. And everybody's
Oh,
running
that's
past
right.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Oh my
God.
goodness.
it's so
Didn't
funny that was him
recognize
because I saw his name in the credit beforehand. I'm like, oh, I love that guy.
Mhm.
He was on that TV show where the family got the superpowers. Remember that show?
Which one?
The family like fell into
Well,
like
I was
a
gonna
pit
say,
or something, and they all had superpowers.
Oh, was that recent? Like
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. He was the dad.
Oh.
Never
thank
watched
you.
Interesting.
But I have 3 movies to talk about that I watched on the airplane. Actually, like 3
Wow.
flights, 3 movies. I might have talked about one of them on the last show. I don't remember.
We don't know either.
No, I was crazed by this movie. I'm like, this is not entertaining me. But I did like how beautiful it was at the beginning when Jennifer was sitting there singing. She's rapping that song, and just the colors in that scene, that whole scene. I liked her relationship with that kid she met randomly at the store.
Timothy
I like-
Chalamet? Yeah.
Yeah, I like, and I don't like him very much all the time, because I felt he did a really terrible job in Little Women with that character.
I thought he was one of the most likable characters in this.
Because he's
Yes, me too.
But the problem is he's neither little nor a woman, so of course he did horrible in that movie.
Yeah, but he wasn't Laurie either. He did a really terrible job at Laurie.
Well, you know what's funny is when they were rehearsing during the pandemic via Zoom, and then he didn't go get a haircut, and he showed up on set with long hair, and they go, you know what, we're going to keep that.
Yeah.
That was just the last. I mean, I love when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, me too. That's pretty cool. And I loved the scene when they're having dinner as calmly as they can through that whole disaster that was going to happen. Because
I do say the last half hour was better than the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will agree
was
with that. It wasn't enough to redeem it for me, but it was better than the rest of the movie.
It should have been a 90-minute movie.
Agreed.
Probably.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said. To
Perfect
Morgan.
90-minute movie.
They could have fit the same message a lot more concisely and a lot better in 90 minutes.
But I think the problem is because Netflix goes by streaming minutes.
right.
They want.
Well, and
things
also
to be
you have
longer.
this huge cast. What are you going to do? Give them 30 seconds of screen time?
Right. I loved Jennifer Lawrence when Leonardo DiCaprio kissed what's her face. And she went,
Yeah. And then Jonah Hill tries to kiss her. Like he's like, okay, that's what we're all doing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jonah Hill had some of the best lines.
He had an amazing, that whole role was
Do you want to come in? Yeah. And he just closes the door.
Yeah.
Mom. That was my favorite.
I thought the after credits scene was weak, to be honest. I was like, I waited to see if there was one. There was one. I was like, that's it.
Oh, the one where they're on the planet, or the one where he's
No,
back on
the
Earth?
one where he's coming out of the with the perks.
Yeah. I just love. It was just funny that he's like, "Don't forget to like and subscribe." He's like, "I'm the last man on Earth."
How did he get saved? Oh well. And how was it 22,000 years later? I guess in space. I
They
don't
were
know.
in suspended animation. They were cryogenically frozen. That was what they said.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
So-
it was a cryo ship, but
Yes.
All right.
yeah.
But I
I
think the
didn't
reason
see at the very end. But that's good that he got saved when his mom forgot him in
Yeah.
the first place.
She
And
got
she
hit
got
by
like,
the
Save
Bronner
for the
out.
moment. I don't have the feeling he has a lot of survival skills.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, yeah, he was only around for a moment.
But they always do say that the survivors of a nuclear holocaust would be cockroaches, and he kind of was a cockroach.
Interesting.
I think that was kind of the
Metamorphosis.
message they were saying.
Metamorphosis. Cool.
You like that?
Yeah.
I do.
I like it.
Well, I say we can score it. We hit 20-minute mark. I think that's the earliest we can
I think
score it.
that's fair. Let's do the ratings. All right.
Well-
this will be exciting. I'm excited to hear this.
My mom has to go first, but since she's not on video,
Yes.
uh,
Why don't you start with yourself? Oh, you want to start with me?
well,
Let's start with me
I'll start with you. We never start with you.
because this will be fantastic. I like this movie. This is one of the top 5 movies that I've not watched before that was introduced to me through this show, right?
Okay.
Through this thing that we do. I love this. I don't know. It was on my radar to watch, but I was never getting around to do it. So I'm thrilled that I got to watch it. I liked it. It surprised me. I gave it a 91.
Wow.
So yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I thought I just, for me, edge of your seat, no, but it was funny in a delightful, quirky way, right? Like I enjoyed the quirkiness of it. I certainly got the messages they were trying to send, but I liked the fact that it wasn't it wasn't Happy Feet where it's like shoved in your face. Nothing against Happy Feet if you love Happy Feet.
How dare you?
It's a little over the top. And so I feel like, you're going to do a message movie, right? You want to try to make some points in a movie. I think they did a nice job in blending the humor and not shoving it so far down your throat that you can still enjoy it, even maybe if you don't agree with what they were trying to say as far as social commentary. I enjoyed it. So there you go.
Right.
So let's see where we go down from here.
Well, we're not going to go down much because I actually watched it the day it came out, and I didn't even know. It was like late at night. Literally, I think I watched it at like 12:01. Like it had just been released.
Wow.
I didn't know anything. I'd never heard anything about it, and I just watched it the first time. So I was very pleasantly surprised with it. And then watching it again, I liked it even more.
Good.
But like I said earlier, it was a little too long.
Mm-hmm.
Adam's right. There are some people in the cast that, it's kind of a waste.
Yeah.
you know, to get Meryl Streep and Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, you have Oscar nominees and winners just with those three alone. So that's kind of exciting.
Mhm.
I'm actually going to agree with Eric. I was going to give it a 90 because it should be 90 minutes, but I'm going to go 91 as well because I think
one more.
I'm
Yes.
give him one extra point. I can't let Eric beat me by one. I'm also going to give it a 91.
Nice.
And my mom, here's my mom's score. She enjoyed it and she had fun watching it.
There you go.
I could say more, well, or you could type more. She gives it a 95.
Wow.
All right. If we
All
stop
right,
the ratings right there. No, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, now we go, and now it's all downhill from here.
It's not my type of humor. I could appreciate it, like I said, because I did like all the people that were in it. Why were they doing this movie? But it was COVID. Why wouldn't you be working if you could? So that's how I look at that. No, I think that's true, and I think that they, they all have. Well, not all, but I'm thinking. I know Meryl Streep definitely has her opinions, and she is willing to show that in her work. And I think that's why she was in it.
Leonardo DiCaprio too.
Yeah, and I don't know that because I don't pay attention to him, but I liked him in this. I don't watch him in much, but I'm like, wow, he is really aging well, I think, in my opinion, actor-wise, that kind of thing. Like Jennifer Lawrence, she was adorable. And I really like I said, that last half hour helped me feel better about all the stuff that was in the first hour.
Yeah.
So, but to me, it's not. I will never watch it again. Sorry, it's just not something I would enjoy watching. And I think that based on that, it's going to be a lower score. I think I'm going to go with a 76.
All right.
Hey.
Wade.
So yeah, I thought it was pretty funny, and it's not the type of movie that I jump out to watch, but if I come across it, I'll watch it. And now, one thing that really bothered me about it was when they got on the airplane to fly to Washington D.C. If that was not a plastic model, man, they got the worst footage of a C-17 flying I ever saw. And
it was COVID, so they had to
that's true.
modeling.
Well, I'm sure they had pictures of one somewhere. Look on the internet. See, so that was probably my biggest bad point. On the whole
Lost
thing.
points for that.
Yeah,
But at least there were planes in it.
yeah, there was, and there were rockets and everything else. It was pretty cool.
Oh, the rocket scene was cool.
We're rocking.
Yes. All the different rockets.
Especially when they went up and then they all came back down. That was kind of interesting.
That was cool.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, the space shuttle couldn't just abort like that, though. Otherwise, a lot of people would have survived that didn't in that thing.
Oh my gosh.
But wasn't
It would've been
Ron
like the
Perlman
meteor
alone in
hitting
it?
the Earth, right?
Yeah, he was alone in it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go for 76 also.
All right.
Oh, double doubles. All right. Devin Peters.
I didn't hate it. I mean, I don't want to come across as, it had, like Eric, it had been on my Netflix list for a year or whatever now. Whenever it came out, I don't know. And just never got around to it. And so I'm fine with having watched it. It had some good points, had some good jokes. I really liked the Ariana Grande character.
Oh, she was so good. I can't forget. We didn't talk about her. That was awesome.
That was one of the best.
Good.
That was one of the best parts in the song.
I love
That
her.
song.
Loved her.
Oh my
Yeah,
word.
so
That
She's
was
so
that
good,
was
though.
when it picked up. It picked up a bit when she started singing. They did her concert. Margaret pointed that out, and I completely agreed.
Okay.
That was a turning point in it a bit.
yeah.
Loved
It
her.
was too predictable. It was too long. They telegraphed a lot of the jokes.
Yeah.
The science wasn't bad. There were some parts of it that were, but overall, they got the science a lot more right than most movies do. So I'm not going to really ding them for that.
I wouldn't have known.
It just, for whatever reason, it just didn't click with me. It just didn't hold my interest. I was just sitting there going, I'm not going to pause to see how far in we are because I know we're not far enough in.
Nice.
But it ended, and I agreed.
It did. It
When
did.
it starts this movie, it will end.
It will end.
No
Stacey
sequel
and I
to
did
that.
agree the last half hour was, again, for me, it wasn't enough to save it, but it was a
No.
definite uptick, and
Yeah.
it helped.
Yeah.
So it gets a passing grade from me, barely. So it's a 60.
Wow.
Wow. With all the nice things you said, I thought you were going to definitely be higher than a 60.
No, because it just bored me.
All right.
I don't get to give it a score because I didn't get a chance to watch it. We have a teething child who screams all the time. So there was no sitting down and watching anything. But Brian was not a fan. I shared some of his comments before the show with Eric and Stacy, and I put them in the comments so you guys can read them. I won't read them here. If he would have given it a score, he didn't finish it. He fast forwarded. But his score was at a 20.
Well, he didn't finish it, so we're not going to count that.
Oh no,
No,
you
I
don't have to
agree.
count. You don't
And
have
he's
to
not on
count
the
it. But
show.
that is how much he didn't like it, and he actually said a 20 was being generous.
Yeah,
So
he probably turned it off when he saw the airplane.
You're so offended by the airplane.
Wade almost did.
Yeah.
He was yelling.
There's Adam's score, not a shot.
He was yelling. I love that he was yelling.
Well, I was
Eric,
in the
Adam-
other room.
Adam's at a 49. Make sure you mark that one
All
down.
right, I am. I'm getting that in there. Hold on.
And Rebecca says she
Yeah.
didn't see the movie, but after hearing us all, she's torn whether or not she'll watch.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think we've offered anybody any kind of solid feedback as to whether they should watch this or not.
Well, you've got
Rebecca,
3
you've
people that gave
watched
it over a
worse.
90.
Yeah, I think it's worth watching.
She
worth
has
a
watched
watch.
worse. I
Right,
guarantee.
I would agree. It's especially if you already have a Netflix subscription, so it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can watch it at 1.5 speed if you wanted to.
Yeah, true.
Can't you? I think you can speed them up on Netflix.
I don't know.
Yeah, that I don't know.
I've
And I
seen
thought
those movies,
I
that's
thought
for
the
sure.
actress who
What
played
movie?
DiCaprio's wife did a very nice job. I thought
She's
she was good.
adorable.
Oh, yeah. She was on 2.5 Men.
Yeah,
Thank
she was
you.
really good.
Yeah, she was the crazy
I,
neighbor.
I liked some of the
Don't say
small
Rose,
roles.
huh?
best.
Yes, it's Rose.
Rose.
And Chris Evans' small role I loved. It was
That was
short, but it was
good.
very good.
Yep. I could not remember who DiCaprio's wife was, and I looked her up, and I didn't see 2.5 Men listed anywhere. She's adorable.
I
All right.
shared all of your scores with Brian, and he said Adam and Dave know what's up. So just so you know,
well,
he
all right.
said there are worse movies, but there are far more better ones.
Look at that one.
no, I think we're at a point here where we're starting to like the movies that are definitely creeping onto the second page. You know,
Yeah, there's some good movies on the second page.
good movies on the second page here, especially you know, Dan's mother reliably always in the 70s somewhere though with the final score. Although I will say I love this movie, and so I'm so grateful that she chose to share this movie with us because I really enjoyed it. I had a good time.
That's good.
Yeah,
All right.
and that's what counts is that I had a good time.
That's all that
Exactly.
matters, Eric. Because you're on
Let's ask,
vacation.
did Eric have a good time? That's what we all ask ourselves.
That's what you should. You know, will Eric like this movie?
Well,
The answer is-
usually I'm going, oh, Adam, I'm so sorry. That's usually what I'm
I thought
thinking.
Adam would have liked this a lot more.
Me
Yeah.
too.
And I mean, it did follow the typical disaster movie formula.
Mhm.
Like, oh my God, I discovered something crazy. How is this possible? Check the math, double check the math. No one believes me.
See, that didn't bother me though, because it was a spoof of disaster movies to a degree.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, it's called a disaster comedy.
But one of the movies I watched of my 3 was so formulaic and stupid. I'll talk about it.
You're teasing this. You're
I
like excited to hear what Dan watched.
What
All right.
movie did Dan
Can't
find
do that
incredibly
yet.
formulaic? Find out after the break.
That's right. Find out after we choose
We'll be
another.
back in 2 and 2.
All right, let's do this. All right, sorry, I've got multiple computers here running to try to do everything. So there we go. All right, here comes maybe. There we go.
Wow.
Wheel of Reels. So exciting. To choose a movie. I think I got rid of everybody who's not here on the wheel. So we should be in a good shape with whoever's name comes up to choose.
And my mom now has 1 slot.
She does.
She went from like what, 17, 18?
Slots. Like,
I watch her come up again.
it was a little crazy. She might get the spot for tonight. Let's find out who gets to choose our movie for next week. Here we go. I know it's exciting. What could it be? Who could it be?
Who can it be now?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Adam.
It's Adam.
Adam gets his revenge.
Adam gets to choose our movie. Very exciting. All right, let me stop sharing that. There we go. Let me get back over here. I've got too many. Oh my, Adam. Adam last picked our double feature, which was Fargo and No Country for Old Men, and before that he chose The Fugitive as his single movie.
Wow, he just had one recently. Wow, that's
Before that, he had Free
Guy.
Guy and Wreck-It Ralph.
and here it is.
Oh, no.
Oh, how about that?
Oh,
There we
no.
go.
Johnny Depp action.
Man, the Johnny Depp stuff continues.
I don't know how he ever got a job after that movie. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
at least
just
his job was
watched
a
that
haircut.
for the first time and I loved it. So I'm
I
excited to
haven't
watch
watched
it again.
that movie forever. Oh my, that'll be fun.
Everyone go get a haircut before that.
Isn't the mom from Stranger Things in that movie?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah,
the
she was.
Yes.
Mom.
Winona Ryder.
Oh
Winona
yeah.
Ryder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mom from
Should have done that in a double.
There's a blonde mom.
Should have done that in a double feature with Hook.
All right, that is streaming on Disney Plus right now. So look at that. There's a free way to watch the movie.
Or check your local library.
Or check your local library.
Maybe.
Or buy a copy on Apple TV.
Or check
Not as
your
fun.
local convenience store that still has VHS and DVDs.
Yeah, it might be there.
All right. Well, I know you're all anxious.
Voluntary.
You're all anxious and dying to know what Dan's been watching, so let's find out. Whoa.
I try to do my old background.
Nice. Here's so
I'll
real
do- I'll
quick.
do the
So
the
I
EriDan
have
office.
one of these DJI gimbals. I've ever used a gimbal before. It's got it's got a little plate that you put
Yeah.
on on your phone, and then you attach this to the gimbal, and then the
Right.
gimbal works. But this is such a strong magnet. I realized earlier that it would hold on, wait for it.
Stick to the stud in the wall.
Just
To the wall. So there.
It's funny you put it on a gimbal. I'm not into gimbals. I'm more into Kaufman's.
Yeah.
Old store alert.
I have no sound effects.
Yeah, try the veal.
All right, I'm going to give my airplane stories real quick.
All right, let's go.
So on the way to San Antonio, I watched the Unbearable,
Lightness of being.
No,
yeah.
the Nicolas Cage Massive Talent movie.
Oh, the unbearable weight of incredible talent.
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Yes.
Massive talent. Okay,
Much respect. It's really good.
I really want to see that. Yeah.
I do. It's definitely on my must watch.
Yeah, even Ruby likes it, right, Ruby?
Ruby. I think
And
she's-
it's not what I expected. It's way better than I thought it would be.
No.
And then from San Antonio to Los Angeles, I watched Licorice Pizza.
Oh, that's not cool.
Which I've also wanted to see.
It's
You had
really,
told
really
us
good.
about that one last week, I think.
Or maybe that's the one I watched on the way to Dallas.
Because you said there was no licorice and there was no pizza.
That's right. Okay, I watched that one on the way to Texas, and then Texas to LA, I watched Massive Talent. And then on the way home, I watched Moonfall, which Halle Berry, it's her worst movie ever. The acting
No, Catwoman.
no, this is her worst movie ever.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, she is
Put that up for
like you forget it's her,
Oh.
which might be good, but it's also
Yeah.
bad. But it's a similar thing. The Earth, the moon is about to, run into the Earth.
Is the moon gonna fall?
Yes, what a name!
The sky.
And it's just every stereotypical disaster movie, and not ironic.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my god! But I had to watch it. And then the plane, when we landed in Seattle, our gate wasn't ready, and we had to sit on the tarmac for 15 minutes. And I actually got to finish it because I'm like, there's no way I'm renting this somewhere to see the end. And the end,
the ending.
the end was exactly what I thought it was going to be. So,
Don't
of the three
spoil it.
movies,
Don't spoil it. You've sold it so well.
of the three movies, I think Massive Talent #1, Licorice Pizza #2, and Moonfall fell way to the bottom
No.
to #3.
Thank you, Casey Kasem.
I'm Casey Kasem.
And I'm Gene Kasem. No, sorry.
And I'm Gene Kasem. Yeah. Loretto?
I did finish watching the because it was on. It's on Amazon. That's right. So I saw that No Time to Die was on Amazon. So I had watched the first 3 Daniel Craigs a couple of weeks ago.
Nice.
So okay, it's time to watch. Or rewatch Spectre, and watch No Time to Die. And I'll give No Time to Die 1+. It was better than Spectre.
Yeah.
Which is not a recommendation.
I will agree with that. That series falls off for me.
It felt like they had this, for some reason, they had this compelling need to give him a close to his story arc. And
Yeah.
James Bonds never have a close to their story arc because it just keeps up with the next James Bond. So, you know, Connery didn't get it. Moore didn't get it. Lazenby, you know. But they felt with Craig, for some reason, they need to have some grand conclusion. And then the James Bond will return at the end rang so hollow that it was just weird.
Not this James Bond.
It was like I said, it was better than Spectre, but because Spectre was a throwback to among the worst Roger Moore type of Bond films. It was not good. But
yeah, I'll agree with you on that. That I do agree with.
And then I finally, it's been in my queue forever. I finally started watching Travelers, which I'm sure Dan has seen.
Oh yeah, twice.
And so I have watched all but the last episode of the first season, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah, the final episode of the series is really good.
That was one thing I checked before I started watching it. Was I didn't want spoilers, but does this series have a conclusion? And the answer was yes. Okay, then I'm watching it.
Yeah,
because I hate when you watch a series that doesn't finish. Like with what was the one with J.K. Simmons and that just Netflix just canceled after one season and left it completely hanging.
Oh,
yeah. Night Skies or something like that. I don't remember. It was not bad.
Yeah,
but
that doesn't have an ending?
It has no ending whatsoever.
Oh, I'm not going to watch anymore.
It got canceled. Yeah.
My mom finished watching Stranger Things, and she wants to know if there'll be another season. Yes, there's one more season left.
The 5th one is the last one, and it's a time jump, right? Because the actors all got so old from 2020.
Yeah, they'll probably be in college.
Yeah.
We're filing for Social Security.
I've also watched Better Call Saul. I guess I'm all caught up on that. That's such a great show.
We watched an episode of Stranger Things with Emma the other day. It was weird.
You have to watch it from the beginning to get it.
Yeah, that's what she told us.
It was like,
yeah, no, I don't think you can jump into this season.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to understand.
I don't know.
I finished Miss Marvel. I don't know if anybody on the Marvel front is interested or willing. I really enjoyed it. Like, honestly, the first episode felt a little...
It's good, decent reviews.
Yeah, like maybe the first episode felt like it was maybe aimed at what it is. It's definitely aimed at a young audience. But honestly, it really picked up for me second, third episode, and I really enjoyed it all the way to the end.
Good.
You know, on top of that, and I know this is not watching, but on the drive down here, we decided to expand our horizons and listen to some podcasts. If you're looking for something unique for a long drive, I don't know if I'd highly recommend it, but I would recommend this podcast series, Father Wants Us Dead.
Oh, God.
That's right. I started watching. Just remind me, I have been watching season 2 of Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
Well, and it does definitely ring true of that. It talks about the John List story. If you don't know about John List, I'm sure there are lots of other documentaries about him and how he did some stuff you shouldn't do to your family. But it's a fascinating podcast. Like 8 episodes if you're on a long drive somewhere. One of the hosts sounds a lot like Kat Dennings. I don't know, so I thought that was interesting. I enjoyed it, and it definitely made the time go by. So if you need a little story while you're riding in the car, check out it, and it's free, so there's no cost for that. So it's an interesting story. It's disturbing. It's definitely not for everyone. Right.
How about your kids love driving in the car while your dad's listening to Father Wants Us Dead?
Yeah.
It's helped set the tone for the vacation.
Oh my gosh.
I recommend it. I think it's good. It was really good.
We took Kent to see he turned 17 last week and he wanted to go see Thor. So we went to see Thor last Wednesday, I think.
Did I miss something with Thor with America? Like, because I hadn't seen Miss Marvel, so I was wondering if that's who it was and it's not the same person.
Yeah.
So that was the first time she was in anything? Like, did I miss so Richard hadn't seen WandaVision, so when it showed her with her kids, he was really confused. So I'm like, did I miss a TV show where they introduced her character, or was that literally like the first that anybody?
You're not talking about Thor. You're talking about Doctor.
No, I'm talking about Thor. Like America, that was a character in Thor. I've never seen her in anything before.
I don't think America Chavez was in Thor. No.
What?
No.
You're talking about Mrs.
But
Thor?
that doesn't mean anything.
Lady Thor?
No.
Mighty Thor.
Oh, no, maybe it wasn't Thor. What was she in? Oh, never mind. Just kidding. That was Doctor Strange. The multiverse of madness.
That's what Eric just said. You're going to say he's wrong?
Yes, in Doctor Strange, that's where she was first introduced.
Man,
Okay.
Cody will never let you live this down if he finds out.
Right.
That's for sure.
Richard's messaging me. I think he's yelling at me at the same thing. Hey, it's wrong movie, Brittany.
Yeah.
Sneaky good?
Sneaky good.
I want to see that.
Yeah, we'll watch it eventually. I have low expectations. My kids are very tired of Chris Pratt being in things.
Reagan wasn't sure about it, and she liked it. And I think she saw it twice because that's how she rolls.
I do want to see it. There was one article I read that said the biggest problem with it was not that the movie itself had anything wrong. It was that Buzz works so much better when Woody is around. And so Buzz without Woody just feels weird.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
But Woody had his own story, so, kind of.
Well, but this isn't the
No
toy.
Country for Old Toys?
Oh, yeah.
This is the movie that the toy's based on.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
Exactly. So this would be the equivalent of Unforgiven starring Woody.
Yes, exactly. Yes, with Woody in the Clint Eastwood role.
Yeah, you feel lunky.
That's Dirty Harry. You're getting your.
I jumped genres. Dirty Harry. Who cares?
Heavy Harry. What was long?
Heavy Harry. Exactly.
Harry.
Going back to Thor, I don't know if anybody else has seen it.
Oh,
but,
yes.
Okay. I'm just curious why they have made Thor such an idiot.
Well, that was Waititi, sort of. He
Okay.
That's what he does.
Richard's biggest complaint. He was like, from the first couple of Thor and Avenger movies, like he's a god, right? Like,
right.
Well, he wasn't stupid. He was a fool sometimes in the first few movies because he was so full of himself. But he wasn't stupid.
But he wasn't an idiot.
And he had an arc where he was really starting to become, reflective and contemplative of his life. And they kind of just all over that in this movie.
Well, and I asked Kent, I said, what are they doing with him? And he said, well, somebody's telling the story. And it's like, and from what my understanding,
you could say some of that, but there is some times where it's
just dumb.
I want to see it again, but I don't want to pay to see it again. So
right,
we're gonna wait till it's on Disney Plus.
I guess that would make sense if you're
I
thinking.
will wait to watch it again. Story. But yes, I do agree that some of the scenes, because I was kind of like, there's if you haven't seen the movie, of course, turn it off now. But no, if you're the scene with the flashback scenes with Jane Foster of them living together and all that kind of stuff. I didn't need any of that.
No.
And I thought that but I thought, okay, but you could take that was being told by Korg.
Right.
And so maybe that's just Korg's version of what happened.
And
but
that's what
I just didn't need it. I didn't love it. But ultimately it's not my favorite, but I will see it again. I've watched them all at least twice.
What's the next movie in the sequence? What's coming out next?
The next movie is Black Panther.
Oh, Black Panther 2?
Yeah, I think Black Panther 2 comes out in November or December.
Which, that was a movie, Black Panther was one that I appreciated, but it still bottom half of the Marvel movies for me. I never really understood all of the praise that was heaped upon it.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but
it was fine.
And I enjoyed it more than Thor, Love and Thunder. Yeah. No, I agree. I was surprised by how much people love Black Panther. But again, this music is so mellow.
It is.
Yeah, I like this sort of adult contemporary vibe we've got going on.
Yeah, I haven't seen Thor yet.
Yeah, what?
I've not seen Thor yet.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
When
we'll
we were
probably
in,
watch it again, but
Stop it.
on video. But
Question is, did any of you who did go see it, did anybody get the Mjolnir popcorn bucket?
no, but Reagan got the Lightyear one and the cup
Ooh.
and spent an exorbitant amount of money on them.
I told my kids that if they had one, we would buy one, but they did not have one.
And I will tell you from past experiences that if you really want one of those, go to the movie when they're busy. When you walk out, look in the waste bin. You will find them. I guarantee you will find them because kids don't pay attention, parents don't pay attention, they forget and leave them on the floor, and the ushers just throw them away. They're there.
Thank you, Dave. I never thought of that. But
Go
we don't
right
go so often.
And so in my Black Widow experience would be is if you really want something and you know it's coming for a movie that's not open yet, go about a week before because they get them before the movie opens. And then when people go see the movie, they buy them up super quick. But if you go like a week before the movie opens, they've got tons of them because the people are like, we'll wait and see if we buy one once we see the movie.
Right.
So like that's how I got all my Black Widow cups. So
all that stuff we need.
All the stuff we need. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I haven't watched any rewatched, of course, any Monkeys yet, though.
Oh,
it's
me
still,
neither.
still waiting.
What's it on, Dave?
That's next week.
I have the DVD, so I haven't paid any attention to what it's on.
Oh.
Mickey Dolenz is on tour.
Yep. Although he's not coming to the East Coast, I believe.
Actually, Mickey Dolenz is not on tour. He's dead.
No, he's not.
No.
No,
He's the one that's alive.
Mike Nesmith.
Mike Nesmith is dead.
Did I get my monkeys confused?
You got your monkeys mixed
Matt
up.
is dead.
Mike was the one that was still going.
Mickey
No,
is
Mickey
bored.
Dolenz is the one. Because I said if Paul McCartney dies first, wouldn't it be ironic that the two drummers from the Beatles and the Monkees are the last two survivors? It's never the drummers.
Right.
Most bands of drummers are the first ones to die.
Yep.
Yep, you're right. Sorry. That's my bad. Sorry. I got
Although
my...
Mickey wasn't a drummer going into the Monkees. He sort of got pressed into that role.
Well, okay, but all right, and we can save some of this conversation for next week for a Monkeys discussion.
Is that already
He was a drummer when you started. He was a drummer for 65 years, right? That it's like he's been drumming for a long
I
time.
realize, but calling him the drummer for the Monkees, while it's accurate, is like, he was the drummer for the Monkees because the powers in charge said you're the drummer.
Right. But I think, and this is a conversation that we can have next week. Is he has been the drummer for the Monkees though since then, right? That it's like, all right, so if you saw the Monkees in the '80s, he was the drummer, right? So this will be the larger question of whether the true Monkees only existed for those 2 years on the show, or do you consider that as them an actual band since 1968?
I wonder, there's probably a statistic of bands where the drummer has died. I mean, there definitely is, but
look, Spinal Tap alone.
Exactly. Yes.
I mean, Spinal Tap. I mean, you've got Kiss,
The Who.
Who?
The kid just died from
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin, the Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their drummer who was
Dave
also
Grohl,
Your drummer did.
Oh yeah, the other. Yeah, the yes.
Tyler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not Nirvana, but the Foo Fighters.
Right, because Dave Grohl is the drummer. For
Don't mess with your Foo.
Yeah.
They're busy fighting Foo every day for your safety.
Well, the Foo Fighters was originally just him. He didn't want to do a solo project, so he recorded all the parts himself and came up with a band name. And then when the album was a huge success, he had to put a band together.
Yeah.
That's sort of what happened with Boston.
Adam being
really?
controversial. Adam being a little controversial in the comments.
Interesting. I mean, it just surprised me because it's Adam, but everybody else that I've talked to has absolutely loved it.
It was basical.
Basically,
Some people have said it's the best movie of all time.
No, it wasn't that.
No, but it was better than the first one for me.
Yeah, it was definitely better than the first.
That's all.
No Berlin. No Berlin. Come on.
Right?
How
Yeah,
can you live with that?
you guys heard that. It was very low helicopter.
Dave, I hate that song. hate that song so much.
Well, another thing I watched was Jagged, the Alanis Morissette biography on HBO Max.
Really? Was it good?
It is pretty good.
Was it ironic?
It is ironic. There's a point where they mention the fact that, you know, it's not really ironic, the song.
Right.
And there's also a point where they say that they thought she was going to be the next Debbie Gibson.
Wow. They both were. No, they weren't. Never mind.
Is she on Cameo?
Well, she was a pop star in Canada. I mean, she had gold albums before Jagged Little Pill in Canada when she was like 15.
She was on.
You can't do that on television.
Can't say that on television. Thank you.
You can't say that. No, you can't do that. Say it. Do
I
that.
can't believe you can't drink butter.
Just don't say, I don't know.
Something about butter. I don't know.
I think there was. Yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, it was. Is you can't say that on television.
Right. And then if you said I don't know, you get slimed.
Right. I don't know.
Don't look up.
Awesome. Don't look up. Good advice.
Because then you get it in your eyes. And that does. I'll go back to my grandmother. When Halley's Comet came, it had also been early in her life.
Halley's Comet, by the way.
Halley or Haley?
It's Halley.
I thought it was Haley, like Ace Frehley's Comet.
No, because Bill Haley and the Comets caused everyone to start calling it Halley's Comet, but it's Halley's Comet.
Because it's a lyric in song too. I just saw Haley's Comet. She waved.
I thought it was Haley Steinfeld. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Jerry
That
Seinfeld.
was Haley Berry.
Oh, it's Jerry Seinfeld. Oh.
Anyway,
I'm so confused.
my mom asked my grandmother, who was alive the first time the comet came by,
Oh, God.
did you see it? And she goes, in the old country, we didn't look up.
You kids today with your looking up.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, this is short, but
You can do an hour. You're on vacation. Get back
I'm
to
on
vacation.
vacation. I've got
Yeah.
people. There is. I was gonna see if I have. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on.
I have a dog.
You have a dog?
Ruby.
Where are the rest of your people, Eric? Are you gonna have a guest appearance or something?
No.
Oh.
No. I've discouraged that. Oh wow. This computer is all jacked up. I was gonna. So I can hold on.
Uh-oh.
Well, when I left them, because there's a lot
You
of
just
people.
left them somewhere?
There is a lot of people out there, and so I kind of discouraged a drop in because it's a little chaotic. There's some
You saying they're all downstairs watching you right now?
Well, we're
No,
chaotic.
No, they don't watch.
No, they don't watch. Here I can see. Is that going to adjust? There we go. That's where they all were when I left. They're all out by the pool.
Oh.
Yeah, you see.
No,
Look at that. Doesn't that look like vacation?
it does look like vacation.
Vacation's all I ever wanted.
And
Oh.
Eric, you're sitting in the air conditioning right now, aren't you?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, the house is very well air conditioned. Like ridiculously lower 60s, Adam's
Ooh.
movie kind of air conditioning.
As in, you can leave your meat out.
Oh.
Wow, Dave, that's kind of private.
That's the name of my autobiography.
There you go.
Yeah. Honestly, it is chilly to the point where it's like, maybe a sweatshirt for walking around the house at night. But it's really hot outside, so yeah, good time.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's good. Adam says that I do want to watch the Resident Evil series on Netflix, but he said it's not very good. But I do want to watch that because I really enjoyed the movies. I would not put the movies on the wheel here, just because. Yeah, no, not for everybody, but it is tempting because I really do enjoy it. But we won't do that unless we know Stacy's going to be away for it.
I just won't watch it. That's
You
all.
missed Fury. You missed our big discussion about Fury.
Well,
We saw Fury.
you saw Fury. I don't remember seeing it. We didn't watch it last week, and then he was just getting back from a mission trip, and it just didn't happen.
That's
So,
okay.
yeah.
That's all right. Awesome. Well, I think we wrap this up when we say goodnight and we go watch Edward Scissorhands.
Oh yeah.
I assume it's Monday next week.
It will be Monday next week. I'm very excited. Next Tuesday, I'll be going to see Nope. I don't know if anybody's interested in seeing Nope.
Nope.
Nope, I guess not.
Nailed
All
it.
right then. All right, well, everybody have a good week. Drive safe. Go to the beach. Have a good time.
You too.
And yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Pop's
Bye.
gone. School must be over. Good night.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.